What defines you? I mean, really, what defines you? So we'll get started just in a few seconds. I'm going to say hello to my super chatters, my inner circle members, and the people in the chat. Hi, Craig. Hi, Bill. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Jerome. John Tier. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lisa. Great to have you on here. Sandy, Kai, Shauna. Just hi, Jody. How are you? Great to have you guys on here. Great Sunday to you. We'll get started. Hi, Mike, Jerome, Eric. Yes. Got to sleep in an extra hour. No, woke up. It was just an hour early. So let's get going. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject is what defines you? What defines you? Now, first, I got to give a shout out to my son, Matthew Hollis. He is, I'm just so honored and blessed to have him as a son. What a gift. And he's the one that came up with this title. So, when right away, when you say what defines you, how many of you go, whoa, I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about that. And see, it's interesting that when you really think about that, it's like the number one thing that probably will pop in your head right away is the concept of being a people pleaser. So, when I found out that I will never be all things to all people, it really, really started narrowing the people that if I wanted their opinion or I wanted them to say nice things about me, who would that be? You start, the older I'm 61 now, I'll be 62 in February. And all of a sudden you talk about your inner circle, the people that are close to you, right? And all of a sudden you start realizing some stuff that the closest people to me are not judgmental. They just accept me for who I am. They appreciate me for who I am. They celebrate who I am. And I think that comes to you when you start doing it for yourself. So, see, there's this really weird thing out there where, we are always looking at what other people are thinking about us. So we're overthinking about thinking about what people are thinking about. And when I first heard this phrase, that you wouldn't be very happy if you knew how seldom they did. See, we're always thinking that the people that are closest to us, that they're always thinking about us. They're always, wishing great things for us. And as we get older, we start finding out that there's things called jealousy and there's things that are called, competitiveness. And there's a lot of people that you would believe or would hope that would wish you good. But really, they're just another group of people. I'll be watching the championship for NASCAR today, and it's down to 4 drivers, and whoever finishes in front of the other 3 wins the world championship. Now, there's a couple of groups of people. There's going to be 4 teams that are going to have fans that are wanting their team to win. But then there's also this hidden thing inside of the human being that goes, I hope the other team loses. And so, one of the things that as I started to find out that it was important for me to feel like I was enough, for me to feel like I already had everything that I needed, for me to feel like I love myself, for me not to be a bully, a flipping bully, and constantly beat up myself, to, love up on myself, to pat myself on the back, to say, all these years I did the opposite. Why can't I do it the right way this time? And so each and every day I'm happy with myself. I love myself. I love what I'm doing. And so all of a sudden you start thinking about what defines you, because we got our self-perception, And then we got the external perception, right? The joke is always, what you think about yourself and what the people that are your exes would say about you, maybe a different deal. Also, the values and beliefs that I have keep changing. The persona, my interest. There used to be things that I was so interested in that now I'm no longer interested in. So at one time, I wanted to, if someone thought of NASCAR, I wanted my name to come up. If someone thought about Roger Penske or Indy cars, I wanted my name to show up. And it was always like, I wanted to prove not only to, the parents that I got taken away from, but I wanted to prove to that group of family that, just allowing me to, go to a foster home or an orphanage. See what I mean? It's like my thoughts changed, and then all of a sudden my life experiences changed, right? All of a sudden, when I started figuring out like the science of getting rich, I started figuring out that, there's a science to getting, being great. And all of a sudden, I thought, wow, the way to greatness is the service of many. So now all of a sudden, everything's not about me, and I'm not constantly upset by unrealistic expectations of everything trying to revolve in Robert's world. Do you guys know some people that have built the world around them and they expect everyone and everything to sort of fit in their world? Interesting. So as you get a little more knowledge and wisdom in your life, now that changes things that are important. Your career, your profession. You hear people like, "Hey, I want to be known as a Nobel, writing person or a Nobel Prize from science." There's a lot of people that wrap their defining moments or who they are or what they want to be around something that's just known in a small segment. Your physical attributes, where, I'm going to be watching a NASCAR drivers today. A lot of people don't think they're athletes until they try to drive a car that's 130 degrees inside of it for 3 hours. While, there's 40 other cars trying to take you out. Your life goals, challenges, of course, your mindset, a digital identity. I thought that was pretty neat. My son sent me a couple of great ideas from AI, and he's catching me up on AI, the influence that you might have with media, and then again, self-expression. So, not only when you're designing your perfect day, and the people that you want around you in that perfect day. It's really, really interesting that some of us can actually create a vision. Vision inspires success in others now. But what you want to do is emotionally, like in 6 phase meditation, is emotionally with every senses that you have, all your senses, is actually to feel and be in that emotional state of where you're going to be 3 years from now. And so I remember it all being about, I wish other people thought certain things about me. Huh? And then it went like, I really don't care what other people think about me. I care about what I think about me. And my goal each and every day is just to do my best to be a better version of that person. So now I'm no longer competitive against anybody else because my journey is my journey. You know what I mean? So it's like, as long as I feel inside that I'm doing better than I used to do, then love myself, pat myself on the back. I'm not supposed to be like anybody else. I'm supposed to be like me. You're supposed to be like you, right? And so it's this constant thought of you living your best life ever. You consistently challenging yourself, just being better, not expecting or having any kind of unrealistic expectations, not only about what you feel you should be toward others or what others think about you, right? So there might be some people that would go like, hey, when I leave here, I want a statue. I want them to put up a statue about me. I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in, what Jim Rohn said. So Jim Rohn said to me, you die 2 times in your life. One is when you stop breathing on this planet, and the second one is when people stop saying your name. So my thing is to make a little bit of an impact and be uniquely myself with confidence and integrity, believing that I'm constantly working on my own character to be there for others when others wasn't there for me, and just believe that I can make that little imprint or give a little people, give people a hope and inspiration like my mentors did to me. And this little thought that I've always had in my head, which is, I'm not a biblical scholar in any way, shape, or the form, but just my imagination of no longer being here and standing in front of people that are saying, okay, Robert, with the years that you had on this planet, what did you do to deserve to come here, to go to the next level? And I just want a bunch of people that are already there going, let him in, let that guy in. He went out of his way to make me smile, or went out of his way to give me a hug, or went out of his way to give me a compliment or encouragement. He took the time to show me how to think outside my head and to think more about, being great by serving many and started serving myself. And so, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to pass it through my path, in my lifetime here, and that's what I want to be defined at. So I personally want to be defined based on helping people just be the best and the happiest person they could be, to try to work on this art of fulfillment instead of the science of achievement. That used to be me years ago, where it was constantly, how many of these could I rack up? And no matter how many of these I rack up, or how many, rings I have, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. They're, that's not a big deal to me. But, starting to get trophies from, people and charities and stuff that I've supported and did that really does it for me. So, what defines you? Because if you don't know what defines you, and you don't take a little bit of, to understand maybe your mission or your purpose or your calling. I've always felt awesome not being the deal. I love finding people like Josh Wagle and Jenna Wagle and doing everything in my power to make their impact as big as it can be. I've always used vehicles like that. I don't need to be a company owner. I just need to be one of the best I can be in that opportunity. And so I love and appreciate you. I believe if I can do it, you can do it. And if no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. Do me a huge personal favor and share this video with others. So think about what defines you. What defines you? I love you and appreciate you. We'll see you soon.